If you've just joined us, you're on to the morning flight on Love World Expressions, where we entertain you beyond borders. And we'll be talking about maximizing your space with available resources. And an interior designer, Chinonso Obase Kinsley, has joined us to discuss this. It's a pleasure to have you, my brother.
Welcome.
Welcome, Chinonso.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I love it
you
when
talked
guys
about
design.
sorry,
I love it when male design.
you logged?
When guys design. You got that reaction?
I just want it. Is this what I want?
I was, when he
This
came
is what,
in,
and I got it.
when he came in, I
My
actually was
goodness.
expecting
A lady.
Really. You understand? Because I told her, okay, fine, this is your forte. Please talk to this.
And the falcons that we have.
And if you super no, not Falcons, super Falcons. Okay, fine. An interior decorator and an interior designer, is there a difference?
Yeah, there's a difference. Because when you talk about interior decoration, you deal with only the aesthetics. So it's more like, in the body you have skeleton and you have the flesh. So interior decorator just deals with the flesh.
Like just the clothes.
Yeah. So what comes on the surface? Why in interior design is both. You talk about aesthetics and the functionality. So how does the space function? Because in interior design, we see the space as part of extension of human being, not just a physical existence. So it's an interaction.
Something.
And yeah, because design, that's actually. So it's an extension of you. So we talked about how do this space relate to you. There's a reason why the height of this chair is this way.
So that when you sit down,
Yeah.
what do you want to be doing on this chair?
On this chair.
What do you want to be doing in this room?
Yeah.
Is this room for children?
Yeah.
Can adults and children enter this room?
Yeah.
What's the functionality
That's an
of
interior
this?
decorator designer.
functionality.
interior design.
Because we used to do it in our house. Because
Yeah.
when we are telling husbands, this kind of house, we don't like it. Because we have this thing. Kitchen does not have space. So they'll say,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
fine, it's okay. You can, no, we cannot manage it.
I know.
Because human being,
I experienced it.
because human being naturally is a territorial animal. So it likes to protect its space. So in decoration, you are just only concerned about how the beauty of the place look like. But in design, we talk more about details. How is this place arranged? Why is it that there is an eye here? And why is it there is an eye here? There is a way that I'll arrange this sitting arrangement. It will give us different meaning.
My goodness. I think
And-
we should stand up already so that you can
No, you will do it for us today,
Yes.
so that when we
So
go on the
it will give
program
us,
tomorrow,
and it will make different people to behave differently when they come here. Assume we turn this chair this way, I wouldn't have walked in this way. I would have come this way.
So interior designing has to also, it affects behavioral
Yeah, it still
patterns
affects
of individuals.
Yeah.
Now, when you hear those, sometimes when we hear the word interior design, it's too large, it's too enormous.
And it's too expensive.
It's expensive because now Sylvia has gotten an apartment, for example. I want to move into this part of the world and I get an apartment. Let's say a room self-contained, like we call it. Now, for those who are not in this part of the world, a room self-contained means you have your room, that's the parlor and the room is one. Then you have kitchen and the bathroom. That's what a room self-contained means. Now, I've gotten this room self-contained. I'm a single lady who's just, how do I, have a beautiful space? Because I also want my place to look beautiful. It may be small, but I want that space to come out excellent. But I don't need to get an interior designer. I can just buy one single chair and put by the corner, put my TV on the floor, put the bed on this side. And now you bring in an interior designer, it's like, what did you do with your space? How can someone maximize as little as that space with what I have after paying agency fee and the rest?
Okay, like what I used to tell people, interior design is a necessity. It's not a luxury.
is what?
It's a
It's
necessity.
a necessity, it's not a luxury. It's even cheaper to work with design because
Than decorators.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's better to work with a planned design because it helps you to maximize your resources. You actually know what you need. So because when we talk about design, like you talk about how do you maximize the space, we as a designer, we look at the scale and the proportion of the space, or what we call interaction affordance. The clothes you're wearing, there's something that the fabric can carry. You can't just because you say that you see shine things and you put it on on the cloth. So how much can the space carry when it comes to visual weight? Now, how much can the space carry when it comes to circulation? So from there, you can now start looking at what are the priorities of the space. So which one do you highlight? Which one do you tune down? So if it's a room, basically you will be sleeping in the room. So the emphasis will be built around the bed.
Okay.
So when you come to scale, that means, okay, you have to look at a scale of, okay, the bed is okay. Now, the bed, if you go and carry a big bed, and now go and carry a very big size furniture, now you're choking yourself in the space. So you look at the priority, say, how much can this space carry? And you give the space what you can carry. And also, you can also, when we talk about space, people think it's only at the floor. The wall is also an extension of space. So what can I achieve on this wall? So instead of putting this that I'm supposed to put on the ground, maybe your wardrobe, why don't it go to the wall? And all those stuff like that. Like me personally, I'm a minimalist. I like my designs to personally simple, defined, everything.
functional.
Yeah, highlighted. So you cannot talk, okay, how do, because you don't say because all these things are space, you don't crowd everywhere. You need a negative space. That means a space where there's no something to balance everything. So with that way, you know the things you need, where you're supposed to be, and at the long run, maintaining the space becomes easier for you because you actually know where everything is supposed to be and where it's supposed to be. But if you're not thoughtful about it, you can just fling everything and everything. So it's not that too costly.
So what attracted you into interior designing?
Okay, I think from day one I've been a design person. Though in my first degree I did industrial physics. Now, I think when I was in the university, I thought I would be a fashion designer.
You look like one.
And I was practicing fashion design, but I think when I graduated, so I went to learn how to sew. So when I got there, I would just sit on my machine for 3 months. I just look at it, I said, this is not what I want to do. I want to express more. So I think somehow I was browsing on the internet. I came across interior design. I love good space. I like arranging. I like planning things. I said, this is something I think
You can do.
I can do. So, and that's why I went for the training. And
You
here am I.
graduated.
Yeah.
Second degree.
No. My second degree is
No,
business
what-
administration.
just
Business
skills.
admin.
But basically, from what you said now, in getting a space, find out what you want to do in the
In
space,
space, yeah.
first. Then decide from what you want to do, the things you want to make that function.
Yeah.
That's what informs
Yeah, the main function of the
of
space.
the buying or the getting of
Yeah.
the decoration or design or whatever it is
Yeah.
that will make that function good,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So not just like you see a space, you just say, this space must have TV, must have sofa, must have chair, must have. So what if it's a room that you want to be sleeping? What are you doing with sofa? If I get you right.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about interior designing is, I think it's a question on everybody's mind right now, is the fact that it is really, really costly now. If the better you want, no matter, when you say minimalist, sometimes minimalist spaces cost more.
Yeah,
Am I right?
it costs.
Because you are saying minimalist as if it's just one thing or one thing. It looks big when you enter the space, but sometimes you see one chair now, they'll tell you 10 million. Or one, you understand? Like, the cost for these things have come on the high. Now, for a single person, or for not just single, for somebody that really wants a nice space for whatever function, maybe they have 2 children, what are tips that you can give us that we can say, okay, get this for this? You know the way you have, if you want to wear a Gucci top, you can buy it in a thrift store. That Gucci, you buy it 3,000, maybe they're selling it 300K. Same thing for design. What are the tricks and tips you can give us for something really big that we can get on an affordable rate?
Okay, I think first of all, when it comes to having a very good space, the first thing is a good creative thinking. You know, I believe everybody that have a very good fashion sense should also have a very good space sense.
It's not always like that.
I don't think it always
It doesn't
applies.
follow.
So it's about, first of all, creative thinking. Okay. There are a lot of DIY you can do. Like recently, we set up a mini photo studio in the youth church. We came up with the concept and everything by ourselves. We did the DIY, created the lighting fixture. We're thinking of a kind of creating something like a local chandelier. So there are things you can bring in and put together by yourself. Even the sack you use for shopping can actually serve as a wall design. So, and also you have to also find that there are places you can get cheaper materials. Like when it comes to design, it depends on taste and the quality, right? And the truth about it, the same way we wear this fabric, if I don't tell you the amount I get the fabric, you will not know, except if you're a professional and all this. But the main thing, first of all, is to have a healthy space, a space that you can interact with. If you're someone that likes cool place, calm place, you're someone that is a deep thinker, what's the essence of putting red all over?
Red.
In your space. So why not bring in colors that makes you calm?
Like blue.
Yeah, blue.
Gray,
earth tone colors that can make you to relate. Like some of us that like nature. If we want to create a space, we are kind of thinking, how can we allow natural sunlight to come into the space? So it's for you, first of all, to understand the kind of person you are. Because it's more easier when you are dealing with home, house, because at that time you're talking about lifestyle, than when you start dealing with commercial interiors. Because that one, you have to put in a lot of factor.
Okay.
Into
like the
branding, the kind of people coming to that place, what you want those people to do. You have to, it's a whole lot of research work. Commercial design is a whole lot of work than home design. Home design, you're just talking about lifestyle. So how do the person want to relate? So you think of all those things first. And you can go and start picking. There are some cheaper flowers you can get. Good curtains. It's just about combination, making things neat and excellent. Now, is this curtain supposed to go 1 meter wide, or is it supposed to go 2 meter wide? Yes, sir. So, in design, we think in numbers. So we say, okay, what's the size of this display? What is the scale of this rug in relation to this furniture? Okay. Like, for example, now the focal point of the space we are in now, per se, is the
rug.
Is the rug.
Okay.
And now the rug is not competing with this. Rather, the rug is helping to give emphasis on the couch. On the couch.
Oh.